Welcome to Banjo Quest number 15. That was me playing my Jim Hartel massive minstrel banjo. It's got a 31-inch scale length and a 14-inch pot, skin head. The thing is unwieldy, but it sounds like no other instrument I've ever owned. I will link Jim's website below. He's amazing. All right, today we are going to talk about Backstep Cindy and variations for the tune based on Tommy Jarrell's playing. And we're going to take a dive into using the open fourth string in the key of D or double C if you're tuned to double C, and making use of that ringing low end sound. This is a favorite trick of mine when I'm playing in D or double C. It's really easy on most tunes to take your fine part, anything that you're playing on the first string, and dropping it to the low drone string, the fourth string. All you need to do is know your notes, and you don't even need to do that. You could trust your ears, but let me give you a little bit of a cheat code so you can see how this works. So let me just refresh your memory with Backstep Cindy. That's the part. We want to drop that to the low octave on the fourth string. I just need to be armed with a couple of pieces of information in order to do that. First is, I know that I'm going up to the high fifth string, so I can assume that that is a critical melody note. That note happens to be an A. I know where there is another A in this tuning, and that is my open third string. Those notes are an octave apart. So I need to be able to get to that open third string if I'm dropping the octave. So I've got to make use of this fourth string. So I need some more information. I know where my A is. Now I need to know where my other notes are. So I've got this note. This is an F sharp. And this next note is a G. F sharp, G, A. This G is an incidental note. So I'm not too concerned about incorporating that into my dropped octave variation. So I'm going to drop it. I'm going to leave it aside for now. I can always add it in later. So I want to know where my F sharp is because I'm going to go from F sharp to A to create a drop octave version of the A part of Backstep Cindy. So I know that this fourth string, fourth fret, is also an F sharp. So these two notes are F sharps. So it's just an octave apart. So what I'm going to do, I've got to get from F sharp to my A. do that with a little bit more pizzazz by sweeping up in a big slide from my second fret. Even though this second fret note isn't really in the chord we're going for, we don't need to worry about that. We're just using it quickly to get to that F sharp. And then we proceed to the A. So here's my phrase. And I'm going to drop that to the low octave. It's the same thing, they're the same notes, they're just an octave apart. So now let me show you what it sounds like when I take that high A part and drop it to the low octave on the fourth string. I'll play the high part first and then I'll drop it. Faster. At the beginning of this video, when I'm playing my Jim Hartel fretless banjo, I'm playing the C part in a very strange way. I learned this part by watching Greg Hooven, one of my all-time favorite musicians, period, in any genre. He was an amazing player. If you don't know anything about Greg Hooven, you guys should look him up, look for anything he ever recorded. He really is a high water mark in American music and the history of American music. Yes, he was a national treasure, and I still listen to him when I want inspiration. I'm adapting this for fretted banjo, so it's going to be a little bit different than how Greg played it, but it gets at the same idea that he's going for. All right, let's check this out. So here is our basic C part. And Greg does something really amazing. It's really difficult to play, but it goes with our theme of making use of that open fourth string, getting that string ringing to provide some low end sound to our otherwise mid-rangey and high frequency sounds that we're kind of stuck with as banjo players playing in these higher keys. So let me dissect this for you. Again, the tab for this, and it's going to be a lot easier if you have the tab. The tab is available over at Patreon. So I'm going to play this really slow. And the trick is, on your downstrokes, you're going to be hitting the fourth and third strings at the same time. But let me get this fourth string out of there. Let me just show you what I'm doing on the third string. That's my basic figure. And it's all a bunch of phantom moves. So I'm sliding on that third string and then sliding back down to the second fret. You could also do a hammer-on. But I found the slide to be easier, and that may be because of my fretless background. So now we're going to add that low drone, and we're going to hit it whenever we hit the third string. We're going to hit them both at the same time. And then it sounds like this. Let's play it a little bit faster. So this is a very difficult pattern. Give it time, guys. It will happen for you. Slow it way down. Look at the tab. That's going to help a lot. There's a little bit of an M skip in there with the right hand. So in order to get this up to speed, you're going to not worry so much about the fifth string in this passage. So that helps a little bit if you can sort of not think about that fifth string and just focus on your downstrokes in the C part, and then you launch back into your A part, of course, at the end. Tough one today, guys. All right, let me know how it goes. I'm very curious how you guys fare with this very difficult pattern. So this is episode number 15 of Banjo Quest. We've done 15 episodes. I am taking next Friday off, but I will be producing videos for those of you who are on Patreon, so don't worry, I will have some nice videos for you guys next week. All right, guys, I will see you in a couple weeks. Keep playing every day. Until next time, bye-bye.